I would say the much-awaited address of this evening. First of all, we are forever thankful to Dr. P. Thiagarajan for his continued support to TIOL over the years. It's always such an honor to have him join us, and many congratulations on the state on winning the award also, sir. We're really looking forward to hearing from you. Now, can we have a huge round of applause and welcome Dr. P. Thiagarajan, Honorable IT and Digital Services Minister, Government of Tamil Nadu, onto the podium.
Thiru Shailendra Kumar, the power behind this event and the idea of TIOL and the foundation. Justice A.K. Patnaik, the chairman of the jury, who had to leave us a bit early. Thiru K.C. Tyagi, the former member of parliament. Thiru Harivansh Narayan Singh, the honorable deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha. The members of the jury who did a lot of work to get us to this evening. All the team at TIOL and TKF. The many officers of the government, of the states, of the union that are here, the award winners, the many categories of award winners. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you very much for attending this evening and for giving me the opportunity to say a few words. I think this is the third or fourth year that I've been coming to these awards. There was a little bit greater fit back in the day because I used to be the Minister for Finance and the member of the GST Council from Tamil Nadu. Now, maybe there's a connection to technology, but I'll come to that. But more, I think the continuity with Thiru Shailendra Kumar. He keeps inviting me every year and I go out of my way to try and attend. I've come in from Madurai through Chennai this morning and I'll fly back tomorrow morning to Chennai and back to Madurai. I am very glad to know that this is the fifth year of these awards. Not coincidentally, I assume, with the adoption of the GST constitutional amendment and the switch. I think the need for such efforts is self-evident. And it's most evident when we look at the numbers where he talked about over 2 lakh people voting to award these different categories. So the validity, I think, of the effort is demonstrated by the number of people involved in the process. I think it's also important because we're at a very interesting juncture in the nature of revenue generation and expenditure by governments around the world. I would say that one of the essential jobs of a government is to raise adequate revenues in a just and fair way from those who can afford to pay, and use that to provide ever improving public goods and services, have a better and better environment for entrepreneurship and the development of the economy, and provide better and better benefits for those either long-term or short-term out of their luck, and those who are in need of support at the bottom of the pyramid, whether it is in food or other assistance. In that context, it's worth noting that even though the role of governments in the overall GDP of most countries, particularly the OECD countries, has been increasing significantly, the bulk of that increase has come through greater and greater deficits. In fact, the revenues have not kept up with the rate of government spending. And on the other hand, the bulk of government spending is now going on distributions to individuals, support payments, rather than on building better public services and better public systems. There's been a profound shift actually over the last 10, 15, 20 years. This is exacerbated in a country like India, where as a percentage of the GDP or the GSDP of most states, our revenues have not actually gone up. In fact, they've gone down. If you take the state of Tamil Nadu, the revenues of the state of Tamil Nadu used to be 15, 16% of our GSDP at one point. Now we're lucky if we break 10, 11, 12%. These have led to structural deficits perpetuating deficits and almost across all states and the government of India accelerating interest payments as a percentage of revenues and accelerating debt as a percentage of GDP. In that context, these discussions, the work of TIOL, of TKF, are vital, because I think we need to have a profound debate in our society, in our democracy, about the way that governments are financed and the way that governments spend money. Too often politics is not focused on these issues, though they are of crucial importance to the goals that I stated earlier, which is raising the right level of revenue, spending it the right way for the right people and the right reasons. In that sense, I would say that reform is a vital component. When I was in the old role of finance minister, I brought a lot of structural reforms. And now in the role of information technology, I'm trying to pursue them, though I must admit with a lot less political capital than when I was finance minister. In fact, we have inefficiencies or deficits on both sides. Not only are we not raising enough revenue, and increasingly fewer people are contributing greater proportions of that revenue, but we're also finding huge inefficiencies in the way we spend our revenues. We have tried to improve with the help of many, including when I was in my old role with the CBDT and the income tax authorities, where we are able to now target better who are those truly at the bottom of the pyramid and who are those that we shouldn't be borrowing money to facilitate, because now you're getting into a vicious cycle where you're borrowing money to give to those who are not really in need and then increasing your interest payments and your debt. So for these reasons, I think the kind of work that is being done here is vital, but it's still a small component. I hope that the efforts of TIOL, of TKF, of similar initiatives expand, accelerate, have a greater impact in our debate, in our politics, in our discussions. I thank the jury, who must have done a tremendous amount of work, who have expanded the categories this year to include the law universities, because the litigation and the formation of laws around taxation are clearly a very profound component and a very key component of how our system functions. I congratulate them on their forward thinking. I'm happy once again to be here to give away the awards. I thank Shailendra Kumar and the entire team for organizing such a wonderful event, and I wish you all a pleasant evening. Thank you.